Fierce stroke. Hayden played a couple earlier off Flintoff when he's given a bit of room outside the off stump.
The ball lost much of its speed after it bounced. Matthew Hayden giving everything behind the square cut, got into a great position. That's hit one of the loose areas in the outfield, where it struggled to reach the rope almost.
Gonna look for two, but can't get it. Might have made it if he hadn't fallen over at the non-striker's end.
Just one brief moment, I thought he would have done his ankle, as it so often happens when you're running as a batsman.
Direct hit. It was always going to be tight, but it did need the direct hit.
Brian Lara is the fielder running in from the deep. Yeah, just struggling to get the power in the throw. Had to throw on the run. It's when the weight is really not behind the body.
This World 11 has in it some of the really great players the world has seen. Brian Lara is one of them. He had a very ordinary three-match run at Telstra Dome in the one-dayers of this series. But he's been working hard. He had double practice sessions, and he was out there this morning in his practice gear. He'd already had a net, and just getting himself attuned to the look of the pitch and the background. Made a double hundred here very early in his career. Wonderful innings, but he was struggling down in Melbourne. Well, it's in the air. It's just a question of how much the middle of the bat he got on it. Not quite enough. Well, they could go for a fourth. That's good running.
The sting has been lost in the attack. Steve Harmison was almost unplayable with the new ball this morning. The pace has died down quickly. Once again, not finding the middle of the bat. He was in a pretty good position to play that shot. That's been his problem in this innings, Matthew Hayden. He gets 3 runs for it. In fact, 4 runs should be saying. 5 boundaries for Matthew Hayden. He's taken his time.
When these matches are organised between a national side and rest of the world team, there are all sorts of opportunities to learn a bit more about the game. On the right of your picture, Nataya Muralidharan, and the left, Daniel Vettori. Muralidharan is showing Vettori how to bowl the doosra, how to get his wrist into the right position. Always something new around the corner. odd little sequence. Vittoria spun his first ball past the outside edge and almost past Boucher as well. No? Inside. And Hayden would have been safe.
Really turned, but just went off angle that last delivery.
Flintoff's back, and that's in the slot for Matthew Hayden. Third boundary since lunch, and nicely struck.
They're looking for him to play that particular shot as well. There's a short extra cover, looking for the lofted drive. Wasn't anywhere near lofted though. And that man, a short extra cover, I'm sure is absolutely happy that the ball went wide of him. That was powerfully struck.
That'll be 4-2. It'll also be 50 for Matthew Hayden. Comes on the back of the 100 at the Oval, but he has readily admitted to kept him in the side. He's fought very hard for those 50 runs.
This is test match pace that you're accustomed to from the 80s and the perhaps early 90s. But that's what you have got to do when you're battling. Certainly accustomed to seeing Australian batsmen scoring at a rapid rate in test matches, up to 4 runs and over.